Coach, obviously finishing up your second week of practice, anything stood out to you as far as your guys' energy and competition?
I thought we got good work today. I mean, it helped, blue skies and nice out. I think first and foremost, I got, our entire thoughts and prayers, the entire athletic department, university, are with the people of the state of Mississippi dealing with some tremendous tragedy right now. I mean, it's heartbreaking to see some of the images, and obviously we're going to do what we can to help and support those affected by it. But having said all that and what went on here last night, the guys, they showed up ready to work today, and they had some energy and ran around and got in a good day's work. So like you said, you could call it the end of week 2 because we got our 2 practices in before spring break. Really felt like back to week 1 a little bit, because we got full 3 practices. I was pleased with the intensity of the work. I guarantee you the execution when we watch it on film is not going to be very pretty to look at, but you got to start somewhere, so at least we showed up with a little energy to attack the day.
Obviously competition is going to continue the rest of spring and training camp and during the season, but just kind of want to get your thoughts on left tackle. Obviously we've seen Albert Reese work there some, and Percy work there some, and Nick Jones work there some. Seems like you got some guys really pushing each other there.
Yeah, I think our offensive line coach, Coach Frank, Coach Schmidt are doing a tremendous job of creating competition there. We got to figure out who the best guy is. I would probably predict Nick, you would think, would have the jump on it just because he's got so many snaps there last year. He's certainly athletic. He doesn't, most people would say he doesn't have the ideal length for the position, but he sure seemed to hold up pretty dang good there last year. And so we're trying to figure out who the best 5 are, and we're going to try a whole bunch of different lineups up there to figure out who gives us the best chance to get some push at the line of scrimmage and also protect the passer.
And they say spring is a time for building chemistry within the team, but you got so many new faces on the coaching staff. Do you feel like the coaching staff is using the spring to sort of come together and form their own chemistry?
No, I think we're using it for the same reason the players compete, right? And then in turn that kind of creates some chemistry in my opinion. So it's all about offense, defense getting after each other, trying to win the day. And so usually if you're a competitor, you like that and you respect a fellow competitor, so it's been good.
How have you seen, I know it's a long way to go with Coach Barbay and players getting used to this offense, but how have you seen Will grasp it so far?
Well, Will's such a professional in his approach. I mean, I bet you he probably goes through the install 3 or 4 times before he ever steps out on the field and does it. So he's having absolutely no problems. When you see how he's already checking plays at the line of scrimmage and seeing how the defense is aligned and getting might be changing run schemes, might be changing to a play action pass or a drop back game. So he's done a great job of approaching the installation and learning it, and I really like where he's at.
You have such a balance between new and old. You bring back a lot of experience from last year, but there's a lot of new things. Even on defense with Coach Brock, he's going to have his own terminology or his own thoughts on things. Do you feel like having that leadership back, guys like Watson, Johnson, Rogers, and much of the offense, is a huge boost for you? Is there just one of those things that they're going through changes too?
I think change is the only constant, right? I would prefer, you said a balance of new and returners. I would prefer we just had all returners, to be honest with you, but unfortunately we have to have some new guys. So no, we're doing a decent job. I mean, Coach Brock on the defense, obviously we have a lot of terminology carryover, but he certainly has his own ideas, and a lot of them are better than I ever had, and so I'm happily embracing those. And I think on both sides of the ball, I mean, we're doing a good job. Coaches are showing up to work with energy and bringing fresh new ideas, and yet still figuring out what we do best and spending the majority of our time perfecting those. And then the players are doing a great job showing up with excitement to learn and work and get better.
What have you seen from your safety group? We talked to you about that the first time we talked to you this spring. And obviously, you've got a long way to go, a lot of new faces, but some experience there. But what have you seen from that group the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, we made a few plays. I mean, I think there was a interception or 2 today by them. I can remember 2. So we made a few plays. We flashed. I think I probably speak for the defensive coaches. We think we're athletic enough. I sometimes worry if we're ready for the week in and week out physicality that we're going to have to be ready for in that position group. And I've said this probably many times before. Me and Coach Brock talked about it here recently, but we're going to figure out who our best 11 are and get them on the field. Whether that makes us a 4-2-5 on defense because we got some really good D linemen, whether that makes us a 4-3 because we got to get a safety off the field. we're gonna figure out who our best 11 are and get them on the field. I guarantee you we have enough flexibility within our scheme to do just that. And so it's kind of the message to all position groups. Unless you prove you're good enough to make us better and maximize our ability, we're gonna find a way to get other guys on the field.
Last year, saw he flashed in practice, and then injuries kind of helped keep Jordan Mosley off the field. It seems like he's catching back up where he left off in practice last year. What have you seen from him so far?
Yeah, he's done a nice job. I can remember a fade or a go ball caught on DCAM the other day in practice. So when he's got his opportunities, he's made some plays. I think he tightened up a little bit in this practice, so we lost a few reps on him there at the end, but I'm sure he'll be just fine, ready to go Tuesday. And it's good. We should have good competition at wide receiver, and we got a whole bunch of them, so might as well compete.